of 5 factions comprised of Mortal Kombat X players from around the world in a persistent online battle for Earth Realm supremacy. By simply playing Mortal Kombat X, you contribute points to your faction. After each war, the faction with the highest score is crowned Faction Champion, earning rewards for all of its members. Faction kill.
There you have it. That's Reezonoticz's newest addition to the video game library for the PlayStation 4, Mortal Kombat X. And man, have I been waiting for this game. I mean, y'all know me. Y'all seen the Mortal Kombat collection video I have from years back. And you've seen just in various videos throughout that my love and comments on the franchise. You've seen my review for Mortal Kombat 9 that came out last generation. I'm just a Mortal Kombat fanatic, man. I believe it is the definitive fighter of all fighters. People like to look at it, for the most part, as a casual fighter or everybody's fighter. It's not a hardcore fighter like Street Fighter or Tekken. In my honest estimation, it wipes the floor. Always has wiped the floor with Street Fighter or Tekken and games like that. Because Street Fighter, as great as it is, has always been, up until even now that they have the next-gen versions and all that, but even in its origin, was a hand-drawn game. You know, you can do so much with hand-drawn characters, have them do some spectacular moves and all that. But what the charm of Mortal Kombat in the early days, anyways, was the digitized actors. It was real actors right in front of you, so the violence and the impacts felt so much more real. Fast forward to today, where we have Mortal Kombat 9 and Mortal Kombat X, which is just, or Mortal Kombat 10, however you want to call it, which are just amazing, especially Mortal Kombat 10. The animation, the textures, the visual appeal of the game, the impact of each hit, the sound, the brutality of the game, no pun intended. I mean, it's just the definitive fighter. When you look at a game like Mortal Kombat X, and this started in last generation, Mortal Kombat 9, the martial arts is authentic. The kicks, the punches, the grabs, everything flows like a legitimate fight, like a legitimate match between two martial artists. Yeah, you got your outlandish moves and projectiles, but so does every fighting game that's worth anything anyways. But the martial arts is authentic. The characters look real, more based in reality. Whereas you play a Street Fighter, the characters look awesome artistically, but they look like comic book heroes or, you know, something more fantastical. Whereas as outlandish as Scorpion and Sub-Zero may look in these latest iterations, they look real. They look like they're right there in front of you. They look, there's sweat and blood and everything that you would have if you were in a heavy fight. All over them, costumes ripping and all that. I mean, it's awesome, man. But anyways, that's just my rant on why Mortal Kombat is the shit. Why it's the best fighting game out there. Despite people saying, oh, it's good for your casual fighter. No, man, I'm a hardcore fighting fanatic. I like all the fighting games. Mortal Kombat's the best. Anyways, yeah, man, Mortal Kombat X. Woo! I have played enough of it to do a review right here and now. That's not my intention right now. I just want to just go into the features of the game. Kind of like a mini review and tell you what's popping with the game. First and foremost, believe the hype. Believe the hype that you hear sites like IGN and other sites saying. You know that I'm not one to side with IGN on just about anything, but I think they hit the nail on the head this time with their review. They gave it an 8.4. I think it deserves a little bit more, but an 8.4 is a great score. And they said, first off, let's just get this right out of the way. I'm quoting verbatim. Mortal Kombat X is the best Mortal Kombat ever. Period. And it really is. Mortal Kombat 9 was amazing, and I didn't know how they were going to top that. Mortal Kombat X tops it in every facet that's worth looking at. First of all, you can tell that the studio really went in. NetherRealm, props to NetherRealm Studios, man, for everything that they did with this game. Not just the look and the graphics and the animation and the textures and all the things. And because I'm studying this industry, I'm getting into this industry. I'm pretty deep into my program now. I know some of what it takes to make these things happen. I mean, I'm actually doing an assignment right now as we speak on texture mapping, on UV, for those of you who know the terms, UV texture mapping, making UV shells and things like that to be able to apply texture to your 3D models. My class right now is model creation, by the way, 3D model creation. So, but yeah, man, I mean, knowing what it takes, even a fraction of what it takes to make this happen, I got to give them props, man, because the game looks stunning. It looks stunning. It plays stunning. It runs amazingly. There's nothing really that stands out as a shortcoming in the visual department or the audio department. It's just amazing. But anyways, the game, I mean, man, from the combat is fast, swift. It flows, man. It's like Mortal Kombat 9. How good it flowed there. Speed it up a little bit and make it more high impact, and that's what you got in Mortal Kombat 10. The X-ray moves, the interactivity of the environments, being able to just snap a branch off a nearby tree and just smack the crap out of your opponent with it, and then the camera zooms in and you see the branch hit the face and the jaw go that way and spit and blood come out. Man, it's just brutal. It is just all up in your face martial arts goodness. The returning characters of old, man. You know, for those of you who may not know, I don't know why you would know. This news is all over the place. We got Liu Kang, who is just a bad motherfucker. Liu Kang is bad ass, and he is a bad guy this time around, which is awesome. I thought they were gonna relent on that and bring him back to the light, and nah, man, they're going full forward with this into the next generation of Mortal Kombat. The hero that was Liu Kang is no more. He is now a bad guy. You know, straight up, he's a killer, man. Kung Lao is back. Raiden is bad as ever, man. Raiden, they made him amazing. His combo sets, his moves. Sub-Zero, to me, he's my favorite character. But Sub-Zero, to me, is just the biggest badass in the game. Especially in this one, his design, his look, his different variations, his combos, his moves. All of it's there. Scorpion looks amazing. Sonya and Johnny Cage are back. They're both, especially Johnny Cage, very well balanced characters. And then we got a whole new squad of new characters, the next generation of young Mortal combatants. Characters like Kung Jin, Cassie Cage, Jackie Briggs, Takeda. There's more. Aaron Black is there. Devora. All these are brand new characters, amazing in their character design, even better in the way they play and the way that they just move through the environment and how they bounce and how they counter. Yo, it's just amazing, man. It is fighting game goodness, man. Aside from that, the content in the game, man, we got so many games. This game is just for the first time ever, I can say a game other than a Nintendo game is chock full of content, man. Everything from your classic tower modes, which is the arcade mode basically, where you have an online component to that where some towers are updated hourly. They change hourly, they change daily, or they change weekly, or whatever it is. There's 3 different options. There's a traditional tower. There's living towers. Then there's the online mode, man. I went online and I played like about, I think, 8 matches, something like that. I'm 6-2. I'm just knocking dudes out. I'm sorry, man. Mortal Kombat's my thing, you know. But the online is fluid, very smooth. Barely ever did I see any lag or any stuttering. It was very buttery smooth. It's just that if you play an online game, especially fighting, you could expect that maybe split-second delay in the control. So once you learn to account for that and compensate for that, you'll be just fine, man. You got your regular one-on-one matches, ranked matches, unranked matches, team battles, 3-on-3, 5-on-5, I believe. The Faction War, the intro that I just showed you, the Faction War, that is an amazing new concept where you just, at the beginning of the game, you boot it up and you pick which faction you want. Lin Kuei, come on now, I'm with Sub-Zero, man, you know how it is, which actually happens to be the biggest faction right now. Everybody loves Lin Kuei. It's like 41% of the entire population playing the game is Lin Kuei and just dominating. But anyways, you pick your faction, and then what you do is any battle you have, whether online or offline, whether single player or multiplayer, whatever, you're gaining experience. You're gaining faction experience. You're getting coins to use in the crypt, which has been completely redone. And those faction points are all building up on the worldwide leaderboard for each faction. And at the end of the week or whatever it is, the faction with the most wins. And then you can also have online battles between the factions. So I'm dying to get up in that. I just briefly got introduced to it. What else, man? I don't want to run out of time. I want to tell you everything I got to tell you about this game because it's just nasty. The level design, man. What I love about Mortal Kombat, especially in the last couple installments, dating back to, I think, started with Deadly Alliance, is the crypt. And the crypt is just, you know, had different iterations throughout the series. It's always been this place of torture and death and nastiness and seeing people get ripped up and then you unlock stuff. Here it's a lot better. Here it's a first-person, like old-school dungeon crawler. Like it moves like a Wolfenstein 3D on the PC back in the day, or a Myst. It moves like that, first person, and you're going through these different, you know, graveyards and tombs and caves, and it's like kind of like an adventure because you try to go through this one cave and there's a whole wall of souls blocking it, and it says there must be a weapon to get by this. So there's elements like that to progress further into the crypt and get the better secrets unlocked. So there's puzzle solving, there's things like that. I've seen, I haven't seen it myself playing, but I've seen reviews of it where they're going through the cave, through a cave in the crypt, and creatures jump out at you, and you gotta hack them with a sword, and you get coins for that. So it's awesome, and all the while you're unlocking tombs and grave sites and all that, and unlocking costumes, fatalities, concept art. I love it. Especially in the industry that I'm in, man, and being the artist that I am, I love seeing, and it also has a written explanation. Some of them are like 8 pages long on, this is what we wanted to do with this character. We wanted to design him with this kind of look, but then we came across these problems. I love that, man, and it's just such a love letter to Mortal Kombat fans. Like Smash Brothers is a love letter to the Nintendo audience. Mortal Kombat X is the biggest embrace and just straight up French kiss that they can give us Mortal Kombat fans, because it has everything, man. Only regret that I have, and it's just a personal preference, maybe it'll happen through DLC, who knows? Because there's mention of him a lot in the game, but it seems like they're just trying to leave him behind and move on, which would be regrettable as far as I'm concerned. Shang Tsung, where is the original badass demon sorcerer? Quan Chi's cool, and Quan Chi's a killer, and Quan Chi is dark, and he's awesome, I love his look, and he looks like a badass version of Kratos. That's for you God of War fans. But let's not bullshit each other. Shang Tsung is the original demon sorcerer. Shang Tsung is the original soul stealer, man. Shang Tsung is the original Don, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see him back. But other than that, man, I mean, Kitana, Melina. Oh, the story mode is epic. It's only like 5 hours long, but this is a fighting game, people. And yes, that is like about an hour and a half downgraded, more or less, from Mortal Kombat 9. Which is regrettable as well, but it's so much more action-packed than the Mortal Kombat 9 storyline, and it's so awesome, man, with the quick time events, the one-on-one matches, and just the cinematic presentation that takes you all over the time sphere of what's been going on with all these characters. So when you see Sub-Zero and Scorpion, spoiler alert, for those of you, and you see Sub-Zero and Scorpion sitting down to tea in the Lin Kuei Temple, you're like, what the fuck is going on? And it'll go back 5 years earlier, and you'll see what happens, throughout that story. And you get to fight some of those battles in the past. So, I mean, it's awesome. Man, nothing else could be said, bro. I mean, graphically stunning. Audio is on point. You win the first round, and then they get up, and round 2 starts, and then all of a sudden the music changes up just like it would in a movie, and then bam, they might have the upper hand. So it flows, man. The game flows. 24 characters to start off before you ever get into any DLC. I pre-bought it, so as soon as I got it, I got Goro. Goro's a bad motherfucker. Bad. Goro is no joke. I unlocked Shinnok. You unlock him by completing the story mode. I did already beat the arcade mode with Liu Kang, because he's usually the easiest to play with. I just wanted to get through it and see what his ending was like. And it's serious, dude. He's a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? So, which I just can't get over, because I always had this, this expectation or hope even that they were going to bring him back somehow to the light side, and that just doesn't seem to be the direction they're going in. But what's cool, before I run out of time, is that the new generation of combatants is the story centered around 4 young combatants: Cassie Cage, Kung Jin, Jackie Briggs, and Takeda Hayashi, I think. And they're all descendants or children of some of the older characters that are there in the game, basically coaching them through this new Mortal Kombat. So, like, you got Kenshi's son, which is Takeda, or you've got Jax, his daughter, Jackie Briggs. You got Johnny Cage and Sonya's daughter, Cassie Cage. Kung Lao's cousin, Kung Jin. So, and they're awesome the way they play, man. I mean, there's nothing else that can be said, man. This is the fighting game. Right now, as I see it, I don't see Street Fighter V. We'll see, but I don't see Street Fighter V really getting anywhere near this, man. Just for the content alone, the amount of game packed into the online features with the faction war thing, that promises to be something that could go for years. So, I mean, this is awesome, man. I'm so happy to have this in my collection, not just my Mortal Kombat collection, but my video game collection. I'm going to make another video right now on other stuff that I've gotten. I just had to make this Mortal Kombat specific video because that's my baby, man. MKX, man. Who's next? That's what they say.